Okay, I gotta talk about Guilty Gear Strive right now. This game, how it is right now, since the last patch, has been frustrating as hell to play. And it's not just certain system mechanics that sometimes don't feel like they work at all, or that they don't work. We'll get into that. And then there's players I've run into, not all of them, but some of them, play in a way that confuses the shit out of me. What's confusing to me is the characters that some of these players are picking don't need to really try that hard. And I see people trying real hard, mashing buttons, mashing all the special moves down. It's fucking insane. Some of y'all need to actually just relax, take a deep breath. It's not that serious. It's starting to kind of piss me off. It's like, chill. Like, what the fuck? I'm gonna get into it. I'm gonna get into this. We're gonna start with system mechanics, okay? Let's start. The first thing we're gonna talk about is everybody's favorite button, 6P. Or forward punch, forward square. This move is really good. An attack with upper body invincibility. It's a good way to stop the opponent's jump-ins as it works well against aerial attacks, which is true. It works really fucking well. However, there's some problems with it. Let me explain. 6P is also a move where when you're reading your opponent and you're calling out a move, you can press this button to counter what they're about to do, or what they're pressing. So, for example, I'm gonna have Soul do this. You see that? He was using forward slash, but I counterattacked that because I called that out. I read it. So that's what it's used for. And the other one is, of course, when somebody's jumping in the air, you just press this button and it'll also on block. Let me just do this. Another thing to note about 6P is that when you're using it, right, on block, it pushes somebody right back into neutral. And then, look, about the same space, right? A lot of characters are able to mash this button repeatedly, so when they whiff in the middle of you pressing a button, they can use it again. And sometimes you'll see, like, for example, Soul's jumping slash attack. That move eats a good bunch of moves that are coming out. Like, it can, like, it covers a lot of distance actually too, if you time it right, if you space it correctly. Sometimes it can get counterattacked by a 6P right after somebody already whiffed the first one. Like, they called it wrong, they missed, but then sometimes if you mash it again, it'll just connect anyway, and you'll see the character using 6P get hit by the move. Like, the move is inside of the character, and they'll still get away with pressing the button and getting a counter hit, and then they go in a DI clap, for example. A lot of players do this with, like, Testament, with Kai. A lot of y'all rely on this move as like a fucking crutch because you already whiffed the first time, but because of the upper body invincibility, y'all mash it just to get it, and then you leading into your other combo, whatever. Like, I see tons of y'all doing this. It works, that's why you're doing it. However, I don't think it should do that. When you whiff this button, you should miss and then have a little bit of recovery before you press it again. That way you can get punished for, missing. And it's crazy because this button, everybody can do it, but certain characters can do it a little bit better than others. What happens if somebody just starts mashing this shit in neutral and getting away with it because you're trying to play the game and they're just trying to get the fucking hit and just kill you? Like, that's it. Like, I don't know, there's something wrong about that. 6P, I think, needs to get adjusted and be more punishable once you whiff. So next we're going to talk about instant block, the mechanic that no one uses, and if you do use it, it's probably by accident. Your character will flash white when you successfully instant block. Instant block gains more tension gauge than regular blocking, and you will not be knocked away from your opponent. The problem with instant block, right, is that not only is it really hard to fucking use, when you do use it, it's at moments where you'd rather it not happen. Like, if you're blocking against Potemkin and they're using Garuda Impact and you just happen to use instant block, you're like, I don't want to be close to this dude. I wasn't trying to do that, and I'm just really close. I can't backdash now. Like, he's gonna catch my ass. Like, this is not good. And not only was the XR version of instant block easier to use, it wasn't broken. You used it when you needed it, and when somebody started to instant block you, you'd back off a little bit because they were gaining more meter. They were gaining more tension. Like, hold on, they just instant blocked. Let me check myself for a second, right? Like, they might be trying to plan some shit. That's what you had to do to react to it. That's it. Okay, so next we're going to talk about Faultless Defense, a more powerful way of blocking that consumes tension gauge. Faultless Defense pushes the opponent farther away than regular blocking. Okay, so we're going to have Kai out here for the Faultless Defense demonstration. The reason we're using Kai is because he's the neutral master. everything he does is supposed to keep you pinned down so he can run. Oh, I did that wrong. Pinned down so he can run at you, run his shit, go for a combo, and then boom, he just goes for shit, right? That's what he's supposed to do. He's supposed to make you guess, like, and then mix in some throws, some, like, you know, back and forth movements, and then he goes up in the throw, and then he resets this. He keeps going, right? You're blocking for a long time against Kai. You're blocking for a very long time, all right? And the problem with that is that you won't really know when to use Faultless Defense, and sometimes Faultless Defense ends up failing you, and I'm gonna show you. Here we go. So we're gonna reset both of these characters here, and let's just say both of you have half meter, okay? And Soul's gonna be blocking everything. Here we go. Let's say they're not moving. Now let's turn on Faultless Defense. Okay, so we're gonna have Kai just do a series of attacks, and we're gonna keep the pressure going for as long as we can. And let's just assume the player knows, like, not to move in certain block strings because they're like hesitating because they don't know when to move because it's Kai, right? Okay, so all of what I was doing just now, all those moves were intentional, because when you're doing stuff like this, when you're sliding and you're using, like, even if you're using Faultless Defense, I already have meter already after just a few more hits. But that's the whole point with Kai. See, you don't want to jump against Kai. We're going back to the 6P problem, because this will reset you into neutral if you're not blocking. It'll hit you. It might counter you. It leads into DI clot, and then you're eating shit, right? So you don't want to jump. Also, because he could throw this out, or just throw you and just put you right back in the corner and go like, oh, what are you doing? What the fuck are you doing? Like, get back in the corner. It's not your turn. That's the problem with Faultless Defense. It doesn't feel like it fucking helps against certain characters. There's not really much you can really do, but it's just, everybody says that Faultless Defense got buffed. I'm like, I'd love to see, okay, I'd love to see where that actually helps me half the time. Because there's some other characters like Giovanna, Zato, they're still fucking approaching me. Like, I don't know how to get them off of me. And their buttons are really fucking good, so good luck pressing the right button against their pressure, because you might get countered because of how those characters are designed. You see, it all kind of goes together. It just sometimes just doesn't fucking work. There's not really much you can, I think you can really do to change it, but it's kind of fucking useless most of the time. Let's move on to the next mechanic. The last thing we're going to talk about is the dust button. So this move is really good if you want to, you know, mix up your opponent, and it leads into a full air combo like this one here. And then it resets and hard knockdowns, and you can run your shit. The problem with dust that I've run into, and this might be a skill issue on my part, but me and a friend were talking about this a little while back. Dust, when we're blocking, it ends up not working. When you, like, you'll be blocking against a dust move, and then you'll move up to block right when it's about to hit you, and sometimes it doesn't register, and we just get hit anyway, and then just like, what the fuck, like, I definitely blocked that fucking move. I don't know if that's like a rollback thing, I don't know if that's like just fucking skill issue, right? But it's just something to note. All right, so now we've hit the character balance part of the video, and we're gonna start with Kai. Now, Kai, he's really solid. Oh my god, he's fucking disgusting in neutral. Like, all of his buttons work as intended. The Kai is still a fucking menace. However, there's 2, maybe 3 moves that I think should get adjusted with Kai, okay? And the first one we're gonna talk about is Stun Dipper. All right, Stun Dipper, and this is only one thing I've noticed about Stun Dipper, and I'll show you in a second. Okay, so Stun Dipper. The problem that I have with Stun Dipper is that it's not really as punishable as you think it is on block. Because if you do it at the almost max distance, this isn't max distance, but this is almost there. You see I got punished there, but if I'm a little bit farther back, you can backdash, right? That second hit normally leaves him open. There's other moves that can hit it, that can hit that move when he's done. You know, you can punish him still. However, sometimes in the middle of a fight, when you don't know what's going on, the fact that he can do that in this move, that move, it's immediate sometimes. With all the other stuff that Kai can do, it's kind of ridiculous that he can just throw this out whenever the fuck he wants in the middle of anything going on and just like stop the fight, go for his whole combo reset and then proceed to destroy his opponent with like run up throws and shit. I think Stun Dipper should be a little bit more punishable on block. Just a little bit more. Allow a counter hit to happen. Like allow somebody to, oh, I blocked that move. Thank God I fucking got out. Like he used it. He's unsafe. I can just hit him. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what move I use. I can hit him. I can reset him. I can punish him. And now he has to like deal with my shit for a little bit because you already have to deal with Kai's shit 24/7. He can do whatever the fuck he wants to you. So the next button we're going to talk about is Kai's forward heavy slash. This is the God button right here. This button is what I see some players spamming that shit when they get mad as fuck. I've seen some players do this shit to me. Like, and I'm just sitting here blocking because I know I can't punish it. And what do you mean? Oh, you can't punish it. You can DP. Yes, I could. But what if they delay that shit? There's a reason you don't always DP if somebody is mashing this button down. Like, you don't do that. You don't fucking do that, alright? The Kai players that know what they're doing, they will bait that shit, okay? So, here's the problem with his forward heavy slash, alright? Let me show you this. So if you delay, when you're close up and you delay your slash into forward heavy slash, that Gatlings, right? Watch what happens to the 6P with Soul here. See that shit? You see that? I'll do it again. I'll do it again. But this time, we're gonna be right here in the middle. Alright, ready? You can do this on a lot of other 6Ps. It's not just Souls. You can do it to Leo. I'm pretty sure you can do it to... I think you can do it to almost everybody. I haven't tried it with every character, but that's a thing. I can also do this too. I think if you time it correctly. No, I timed it wrong. Nope. There it is. The timing is really fucking tight, but you can do that too, alright? That's happened to me as well. It's actually fucking insane. It is harder to do than the forward heavy slash. It's much harder, but it is actually worth doing if you really want to keep somebody trapped there. If you know the timing, I don't go for that often because fuck it, if I fuck that up, you could die. Especially if it's Soul you're fighting, the damage he does, right? So that's just another thing to note. But yeah, usually you just want to go for this. There it is. Yeah, and then you start running your shit again. The problem with fighting Kai is that you don't really know what he's going to do. You have to react to when he starts moving. Like immediately when he starts doing anything, while he's moving, he can just press anything and just stop you from doing anything that you tried to press. So it's like, okay, what the fuck do I do? When you're using FD trying to guess, and then what if they just start approaching with this button, right? And you're just like, oh no. And then this happens. But just imagine you had less health, right? It's a lot. It's a lot. I think you should be able to punish this button at least. Not this one, not this one, just this one. This one right here is a button that you should be able to punish because it almost serves the same purpose as Soul's forward slash right here. It's like the same button, except it's a little faster than Soul's, I believe, right? He already has all these good buttons. If you just made it a little bit more tolerable to fight him and not having to worry about getting your 6P destroyed by this move, leading into Fudra Arc, and then, you know, all this other damage, oh my god, it would just be a little bit better. Alright, let's get this motherfucker out the way first. Alright, I hate this character so much. I really do. No offense to Zato players, but y'all are the most privileged players in the game. Even more so than Chaos players. Not only do you have good buttons like this, and this. You can fly and do this. You can just fucking call on Eddie, and we're not even gonna talk about how Pierce you can't hit Pierce like the tutorial says you can. That shit's hard as fuck to do. And when you put Eddie away, look how fast he comes back. Look how fast his meter comes back. Look at it. Bullshit. Honestly, the main nerf that they should make with Zato first is Eddie's meter. And I know they can because they were messing around already with Chaos's meter. He needed that change to his meter just to make him a little bit less bullshit, right? Eddie needs to be gone for a certain amount of time, a longer amount of time. Chaos, can you? There we go. Look how fast Eddie is back. You're playing neutral against Zato. He already has all these buttons, right? He can do this. He can mash this. Zato players, you do this all the time. Don't act like you don't. You're relying on this shit because y'all don't want to get hit. Y'all don't want to get hit. We'll get into that in a second. You got this move here. Like, that shit goes a lot farther, right? Yeah, huh? Okay, so you got all these good-ass buttons and you can just fly away anyway. So by the time Eddie has gotten hit, like, all right, Chaos, one more time, please. Look. Oh man, oh boy, look, he's back already. And then hell begins all over again. Oh, I put him back. Look at the meter, he's back. Get fucked, right? Skill issue, but you know, this is so stupid. He might actually be worse. Zato might actually, yeah, he is worse than his Xrd form. And his Xrd form was busted. He was busted as fuck. You couldn't move. When the little wheel shit was happening with Eddie, and then Zato was hitting you, and Eddie was like poking you repeatedly with his little beak attack shit, man, you were fucked. You knew you were dead, because you couldn't tell what was going to happen to you the entire time. You couldn't jump, like, you're stuck. It was fucked up. I mean, yeah, there's more ways out now with Zato, but not really, not the person knows what they're doing. And also not if they're mashing this button. I totally forgot. Zato players, we need to fucking talk real quick. Zato players, y'all know that y'all getting carried by this move, these moves, right? Jumping up and down, flying away. And you know what the worst part about it is? The worst part about, oh, this button too, I forgot. But the worst part about this shit is that y'all know damn well that y'all afraid to get hit. Because every single time, guess what you do?
What to do? Can't pass that. What to do? Here goes nothing. Can't pass that. What to do? Here goes nothing. Can't pass that. What to do?
Like, y'all love this button. Y'all acting like y'all can't just press neutral buttons or just do this and match this and then summon Eddie to cover your ass. Cause like, oppose. No, actually, let's talk about oppose too. There's no way after all of the shit that Eddie can throw out, all of the shit that Zato can do to keep you at a distance. Where's the button? This right here. This leads to this, leads to this. Like, what the fuck? Also, no one ever talks about the fact that Eddie can also help Zato combo you across the screen for a lot of fucking damage, just like Chaos can. No one wants to talk about that. Alright, so happy Chaos. So when Chaos is using steady aim, what I think they should do, just to prevent players from staying at a distance the entire time so that they can fucking interact and not use steady aim the entire fucking fight. Like, that's the only move he has. I made a Chaos guide, by the way, telling Chaos players that they fucking suck. If you want to really check that shit out, there'll be the link in the description, in the card above me. Check that shit out, please. Like and subscribe. Like, fucking ring the fucking bell. Whatever. I'm gonna keep going with the video now. So let's say the Chaos players, you know, they're doing this shit, right? What if they nerf the meter again, right? It costs a little bit more meter to stay at a distance, even when focused up. But imagine if when he's focused, if he does this, it spends 2 bullets instead of 1. So I got the idea about nerfing Happy Chaos's bullets from this one Reddit post I looked at about 5 months ago. Somebody made a whole thread about how they could nerf Happy Chaos, and then I saw a comment at the bottom talking about maybe Happy Chaos's steady aim should cost 2 bullets. And I remember making my own reply to what they said, and I believe I was adding on to what they said, and I also think it's a good idea. So yeah, shout out to this one player here. That I still think it's a good idea. Think about that for a second. You know how fast he can reload already, right? Like, that's fast as shit. In the amount of time that would take for somebody to approach him, he could have the 2 bullets already. Because you can just reload really fast anyway and cancel the animation and move around immediately, right? Reloading 2 bullets should be no problem. But I think steady aim with focus applied, right? Only with focus should cost another bullet. So that way, Chaos players that want to zone can't zone forever. Because when you have to reload, let's say all of your bullets, right? Look how long that takes. If you really want to actually reload all of your bullets, you're gonna have to reload one and then like start moving around because your opponent might start running at you now, knowing that, oh, it's 2 bullets, and then that forces the Chaos player to actually interact with the fight, right? They can't just hang back and do this shit forever, because that shit is boring. This shit's boring. Okay, now we're gonna talk about everybody's favorite masher, Faust. All right, so this character, I can't really say too much about this shit. This shit is already annoying enough, and this is too. But that's not what we're going to be talking about. Okay, let me talk about why that's complete horseshit. All of the stuff that he's doing already, like the range that he actually has with these pokes here, this here, especially when you're not looking for that. God, this here, and this, the fucking disgusting ass kick. Oh my fucking god, I think this move and this are like the worst moves he has. They're just dealing with that shit, just blocking. All this shit that's going on here, and then the last thing you're expecting is, like, I did it wrong, but Roman cancel into this, and then, you wake up, and then he does it again, and you're like thinking, okay, why don't you just jump? Well, I mean, this shit hits all the way up into the fucking sky. So you're just like, it's like a 50, 50, 50, because he can also just throw you too. I know that's part of the game, I get it, but damn, really? Like, y'all be underestimating the power of Faust. So you don't want to jump against him either, because, well, it just, fuck, you're just stuck. It's just stupid. I don't know. That's all I have for Faust. It's just that move. Faust's normal moves were already really fucking good. You buff some of them, right? But just add more items. You don't have to add more bullshit to his normal moves because they're already bullshit, okay? Okay, so for Mei, there's a few moves I would actually like them to adjust for Mei. And also her damage too. I think her damage is way too fucking high for what she's actually doing. Let me talk about the moves first. The first move I would adjust is this here. There's a reason why Mei players jump around and just mash on this button all the time. Because it leads to some disgusting ass damage. I don't know why, but sometimes when you're trying to counterattack this move, you're most times better off just blocking, because you don't want to risk getting hit sometimes, because it'll just absorb anything that you press. 6P sometimes works, but if you time it wrong, you will get fucking hit. The other move I would adjust is this here, the heavy dolphin, but on counter hit. Here's why. Let me just see if I can get the training dummy to do this. Okay, so I have force counterattack active, and I have the fast stagger recovery active here. So here we go. Ready? Here's the problem with this move. That shit's still fucked up, by the way. That was fast recovery, by the way. I'll do it again. This shouldn't be a thing. When you fast recovery, shit, man, sometimes when you normal recovery, depending on the spacing, you should be able to fucking get out of that. The damage she's able to do from one of those good counter hits with the dolphin is unfucking real sometimes. It's just fucking ridiculous. Her normal buttons are already disgusting. I didn't even talk about this or this, because I fought a Mei player before, like I fought a few that just do this shit the whole time and just fucking teabag too, and then they also and they just start mashing this shit down too, because all of her heavy slash buttons are fucking disgusting. Adjust the heavy slash moves, adjust the heavy dolphin for stagger recovery, and you're good. Then this character would be a lot more fucking tolerable. Let me go to the next character. So I gotta say that if you used to play Exard and you used to play Axl and you used to play Ramlethal, I feel sorry for y'all, because if they just left Axl and Ramlethal alone, they would have been so much better in this game to fight and to play as. Fighting against Axl, we're gonna start with Axl here, is fucking stupid, because if you know neutral, if you play a Soul and Kai just a little bit, you'll learn neutral, right? Like basic shit. And then you can just do this shit knowing what you've learned. Then the game becomes a fucking cakewalk, because no one can approach you half the time. Because if on block, you just get fucking hit and reset to neutral. Actually, farther than that. Let me just see how far. Disgusting. Because he's missing like all of his other tools, he's just boring. Occasionally you'll have an Axl player run up and use these moves and shit, and then they'll run away and they'll do this, and they'll just keep you right here. Fighting Axl, especially an Axl that knows neutral, and knows what they're doing with Axl is not only just a pain, you might as well uninstall. This shit is stupid. It's actually stupid. It's kind of unfair. His Xrd form was fucking awesome, and he became this? That's not cool. I don't know what they can do with Axl, really. I just feel bad because Axl players are missing out because he had parries, he had a DP, he had a ground DP. For those of you that don't know, I don't know what to say about this guy. He's just gonna be like this, and it's a damn shame. All right, so now we're gonna talk about Ramlethal here. I don't know, man. She plays how she plays. Ramlethal players that spent all that time learning all that tech with Xrd Ramlethal, I feel bad. This shit is stupid. No Ramlethal ever uses any of these buttons here. The only time I ever see Ramlethal players use these buttons, and especially mash on this button, is when they're getting out-neutraled, when they're getting outplayed. So now they have no choice but to fucking mash this shit down, start fucking going crazy on the buttons and shit. And you know what? It works. It fucking works. It's sickening, but it works. And that's all this character is anymore. But here we are, full on auto combo. Let me do it. Let me do it.
Positive bonus.
Oh my god, so stupid. Such a stupid ass character. What the fuck were they thinking? What the fuck were they thinking? Who fucking thought that was a good idea? Next character. Next character. Next character. Almost done. We're almost fucking done. Alright, so we're gonna talk about Nagoriyuki first. And I know he already can't run, there's all this other shit. But by the way, he has a backdash that's basically Potemkin's backdash. Like, come the fuck on. I think that's bullshit, but it is what it is. That's not going anywhere. That's part of his shit because he can't, he can't fucking run. Most times when you're fucking fighting Nago, you already have to deal with this shit and pray that he doesn't right here go for a command grab, or like, Shizuriyuki, Kamuriyuki, because he's 0 on block. There's shit that you have to deal with that they're probably not going to adjust because that's part of his entire moveset. That's what he's supposed to do. The only thing I have a problem with is Fukyo. Specifically when he's doing all this pressure on you, right? And boom, at a certain spacing, he can throw this out and you'll see it. You'll know he's about to press the button. You'll see it coming and he'll still get the fucking counter hit. I did it wrong. He'll still get that counter hit into this and you already know the rest of the combo. I think there needs to be some kind of adjustment to Fukyo when he gets a certain distance when he presses standing slash. That's it. I don't know what you can do. But that's the main problem I have with Naga. That move right there, close slash. There's just something fucking off about this move. It pins you down for so long that you don't know when he's gonna space it differently. And when he does space it differently, and you can see it, you'll press a button to punish Fukyo, and you'll still get blown the fuck up. Alright, Leo Whitefang. I've been playing as this guy since Xrd, and this version of him is just a faster version of Xrd with a command grab and, better guard moves. This is so much better. He can move faster too. The only thing that needs an adjustment with Leo, they need to remove this. He should not be taking the corner. Here's why. Let me explain. So Leo, he had to actually space this out before in Xrd and before the patch. It was a skill thing. You needed to know the space that Leo could fit in to be able to do shit like that. And then be in the space and then, oh boy, here you go. Oh, I got you now. Now, it's just given to you for free. That's fucked up. So just remove that. Just remove that. And Leo, just leave him alone. Leave him the fuck alone. He does not need buffs. Okay, so now we're gonna talk about Jacko, and this is gonna be really short. Jacko, when she has like 1 or 2 minions and you're like in the corner here, you're just blocking forever. The problem with that is not only is because these moves got buffed, FD doesn't fucking work with Jacko, yo. Because she's hitting you once, then she hits you with a minion, then she hits you again. The thing with FD is that you have to be hitting somebody like multiple times before that shit really starts to kick in. And it's crazy that Jacko, like, all her shit is like a delay, and you're just blocking forever. Then this move happens, and say there's 2 minions out, and the minion hits you, and it just keeps going and going and going. You're losing meter because you're trying to fucking FD, and by the time she's done her first string, you're like right here. You're like right here. You're just praying she doesn't run up and throw you, right? Because, damn it, like, you're already blocking forever. All these moves hitting you. So That's the main problem with Jacko, is that there's not a lot of ways out. And I know, like, it's very hard to play as this character. I get it. Oh no, she is hard as shit to play as. I couldn't do it. I'm playing Chaos instead. It's so much fucking easier. Giovanna. Okay, Giovanna. Alright, where do I begin? This character should be not as safe on block when this shit comes out here. And just in general, this character fucking sucks to fight. Because at the end of the day, you're gonna get hit by this move, these moves here, and this move, and like, oh my god, this shit. Like, she can slide and do all these moves too. And on top of that, I can control the dash. Oh man, it's already fast as fuck. You're just blocking the whole time, wondering, when the fuck can I please, can I please, can I please, can I fucking please? Did you see that? You got hit, didn't you? You got fucking hit, didn't you? You got hit. You got fucking hit, dog. Don't fucking lie. You got fucking hit. FD? Could they buff FD? I don't know. Make her less safe on block? I'm not sure what they should do with Giovanna, but she's too fucking fast, and all of her buttons are way too fucking good in neutral. This is a strike throw game. Other than Kai and Soul, when it comes to strike throw, this character just, I think, beats both of them. The last two characters we're going to talk about before we speed through the rest of the characters. Testament and fucking Baiken. What the fuck did they do to Baiken? So with Baiken, we'll start with Baiken. I don't know why it was so hard to just leave her alone. If you were going to leave her design alone, because she looks just how she looked in XR. I'm not sure why they thought giving her this tether was a good idea. Could have used it for a whole nother character, in my opinion. A new character. But anyway, let me move on. Baiken's neutral moves are too fucking strong. Because on fucking block, this shit the whole time is fucking stupid. This is dumb. And then look at the damage she can do. Boom, boom, boom. Oh boy. Get fucked. GG. Like, this shit is stupid. What I think they should do with Baiken, nerf these moves a little bit, right? These moves here. Not this one. This should just be left alone. This one is really good. Leave that alone, right? But Kabari. Oh my fucking god. You should be able to 6P this fucking move when you see it coming. This shit, you will trade with this move. You will trade. And the worst part is, if you thought you could hit this, don't do it. Do not do it. You want to know what happens if you try to poke this move before it comes out? Let me show you. So we're using crouching punch, standing punch, crouching kick. That's one, but let me just try this one. You see that shit? Do you see it? All right, so max distance, you probably can. Yeah, you can do that. However, what if she's right here? Let's say you blocked the first hit. Still on the counterattack stuff here. Do you see this shit? Do you see what's wrong? Let's talk about the damage. Look at this shit. Uh-oh. I didn't do the full combo, but you see what I'm doing, right? Is if, yeah, the only way out is if you time the button, if you can see if she's going to go through you for the mix-up. That's the only fucking way. Because honestly, it's so much easier as Baiken, just go for this. It's so much easier to just go for that. Because on block, you can press this, just in case. Just in case. Yeah, you might get countered. Yeah, you might get countered. But honestly, it can work. Look how much damage. I'm gonna just do it again and just show you a combo. Just one simple fucking combo. You ready? Here we go. You see that damage? That's just from you trying to read what the fuck was going on the screen. You just got countered, eat shit, like, right? That's it. That's what happens. But let me take it further beyond. Let's go further fucking beyond with this shit. Do you see this? And I'm not done. I got one more. That's one simple counter hit. Like, I fought some good ass Baiken players, but the problem I had is I didn't know what the fuck to do. And it was so much harder to deal with this version of her in Strive than was in XR, because you used to be able to throw her in certain moments because she used to dash at you with the dash move she used to have in XR. Like, she didn't have that anymore, so it's constantly this shit. Like, it's constantly this, and then and whatever, like, you know, you just gotta hold all that anyway. You gotta hold all that. So yeah, Baiken, they just need to adjust her normal moves because her pressure's too strong and she already has the parry to use to call you out on pressing a button, right? Why are her normal moves so goddamn busted? I don't understand. Something needs to change there, I think. Now we have Testament. Same thing as Baiken. All these buttons need to be toned down in some way, especially this. Especially this, dude. There's no way. There's no fucking way after all these good ass buttons, right? All these good ass buttons. This one right the fuck here. Testament is Ramlethal 2.0. The one thing that makes them different is this. Is the fucking teleport. That's it. That's it. It just sucks. It just sucks to fight Testament. Kind of sucks to play as Testament too. And not because it's hard. Because it ain't hard. You know why? You can keep spamming this shit. All this shit here. And this right here, Arbiter Sign. Why did they make Arbiter Sign harder to punish on block? I don't know who okayed it, but they need to reverse that decision. This right here should have been left the fuck alone. Now, every single time I see a Testament player, I gotta worry about this. Gotta worry about mashing with this, and this shit, and the backdashing, and this, all this bullshit, right? And then this comes up, and I'm like, oh great, but then by the time I move, gravy. Like, oh, fuck that, alright? Something must be done. That's it for Testament. That's all I got. Alright, so we're gonna speed through the rest of the characters here because I really don't have too much else to say about the rest of the cast. So yeah, we'll start here with Soul. I don't have much to say about Soul. He's pretty fucking solid as he is. Don't touch anything else. Because if you touch any other button that Soul has, you could really fuck up everything about him. Like, if you nerf something, he'll be ass. If you fucking buff something, he'll be annoying as shit to deal with, and he'll just be too oppressive. He's already oppressive enough. Alright, so Chipp, Alpha Blade. Allow everybody to block normally when Alpha Blade hits them. That's it for Chipp. Alright, so Potemkin. The only issue I have with Potemkin, Guard Crush sucks. If you run into a player that knows Potemkin inside and out, and they know how to slide and use Garuda Impact multiple times, pray you can get out, you have now experienced true suffering. Anji Mito, I don't know, man. I don't know. You know, her mix is just as bullshit as it was before. I don't know why the fuck they gave her a command grab. Millia. Oh boy. If Millia players complain about the fact that she has no health, don't complain. Y'all have fast normals. You got mix all over the fucking place. Just play Millia. Millia needs more health. I've seen that complaint. I don't know why. Y'all want more health. No one can see where you're going. Also, stop jumping in the air every 5 seconds. That's how you get thrown. They're just saying, stop jumping all the time. Just use neutral buttons a little bit more. That would probably help. All right, so Goldlewis. Goldlewis is fine as is. He is. I just, other than the bullshit that happens with his Guard Crush, that's the character. That's his entire thing. Behemoth Typhoon. Bridget. I don't know. Actually, no. There is something I can say about Bridget. Fuck this move. Yeah, I fucking hate this move. Okay, so we're at the last part of the video. I just want to talk about just the players. I just need to kind of vent a little bit. Just kind of talk about my personal experience playing the game for the past 2 months now. It's been a struggle. When I'm fighting players, I have Kai on the screen on purpose because I see a lot of players losing their fucking minds. Yes, I know Kai, for example, Kai is king of neutral, right? But when you're getting out neutral because your opponent just knows what you're going to do and they're reacting fast enough, it's okay. Don't lose your fucking mind. A lot of players out there that I've been running into are losing their fucking minds. What I mean is, they start doing this shit. They start fucking mashing and shit, like just mashing all over the place. Whipping into 6P, that I was talking about earlier. All of this. Relax. Sometimes all it takes is a simple button press. I shit you not. You don't have to mash on 6P every 5 seconds when somebody's coming at you in the air. Even though it's the anti-air button, there's other things you can do, which can actually help you in the long run. Let me just show you an example. Alright, so Soul's jumping at me. Let's just imagine he jumped at me with slash or something, and I timed it right. It's all about timing, but this is some of the shit you can do. There we go. Look at Soul's health, right? This is all part of the mind game, actually, because sometimes when your opponent has a little bit less health, right? They're still alive, nothing's happening, right? That might change their mindset, which goes into the whole mind games of just like Strive, right? Or just any fighting game, I guess. A lot of players lose their mind, start mashing. People just start mashing and just like fucking doing shit like this. Like, fuck this motherfucker. Like, god damn it, fuck this game. Like that's what I run into players that do that so much. It is frustrating. It is very frustrating. I'm just trying to play the fucking game. I'm trying to play neutral. I'm trying to learn. Some of y'all out here need to fucking relax. At the end of the day, it is a fucking game. Just try to have fun with it. It is hard. This shit is hard. I'm not gonna say it's not hard. Fighting games are hard. Every fighting game is hard. You just gotta take your fucking time. You're not gonna, just because the game is easy, just because Strive is easy, doesn't mean it's gonna take a week and you're gonna be a fucking master. Like, don't expect to go into the tower and just beat everybody because you know how to play neutral a little bit. What about how to counterattack, how to do simple moves into bigger moves, or just like manage your meter so that you know how to get out of other things? You know, like, where's all that? If you don't have that, you're gonna get fucked up, because some players might know how to play neutral and know how to manage meter. Stop getting mad all the time. And if you are getting that mad that you're fucking doing this shit every 5 seconds, you're gonna fuck this game. God damn it. Like, right, just, if you're gonna get like that and it's still not working, turn the game off. Go play something else, like anything else, anything. Don't play another fighting game, because when you get that frustrated, then you're just gonna start going like, fuck this game, why am I playing it? Fuck everybody, like, this game is stupid, everybody plays like a fucking asshole. Yeah, everybody that plays Guilty Gear does kind of play like an asshole, but that's because the game's designed sometimes in a way where there's only one way to play, and that is by being an asshole, which sucks. Even though this game is trying to focus more on neutral, then it doesn't. That's a fucking lie. They made characters like Chaos. Like, what the fuck? Anyway, that's it. I'm done. I just need to say, players, relax. Another thing, stop downplaying your fucking character, okay? Even when Kai, I'm gonna make a whole video on Kai eventually. Kai was strong in the first version of Strive. Oh, I know. Oh boy, hot take. Yeah, he was. You just need to click one button. I'm making a video on that shit. It's very fucking simple to play as Kai. He's that easy. Okay, so that's it for the video. I wanted to end off by saying thank you to everybody that subscribed so far. And thank you for everybody that's been watching a few of the videos that blew up. The Chaos videos and the Last of Us video I made. Holy shit, I didn't expect to get like, what was it, 500, 600 views on that shit? I was like, what the fuck? Okay, I've never done that well on a video before, so thanks to everybody that liked and subscribed maybe from that video. I don't know. But that's it for now. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, that'd be awesome. Comment down below, tell me if you disagreed, if you agree with me, or just talk about the game. What do you think about it? And that's it. I'll see you next time. Peace.